holy fuck, this guy is what? Like, he just takes kids.
So,
like, I was fucking blown away. Like, I was sitting there like, oh my god. Like,
Yeah.
It's Otaku Time! Hey.
what's going on, friends? Welcome back to Otaku Time, a show where we talk about anime, manga, and all things otaku. I'm your host, Dom, and we have our two normies, Strolly
Hi.
and Marley.
What's up, guys?
This week we are talking about Made in Abyss. Now, this show, I feel, is the best part of it is its world building and the surrounding, well, the abyss itself and all the creatures and stuff that are in it.
For sure.
Yeah, I agree. The lore of it was very interesting.
I was just always like amused every time when they would hit a new layer or a new like subsection of the layers, and I'd be like, wow, it's a whole different world. Whole new.
There's so much potential for like more story just with the way that the world has been set up.
Yeah.
Like, I guess what governing body controls the relic finding? Like,
Yep.
why is it so secretive? Why can't people keep relics? Like,
Yep.
there's like just the shit that they find down there. Like, I think it was like on the 3rd level where they found like a fucking pirate ship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like,
It's
what
just sticking
the
out of
fuck?
the wall.
Yeah.
What is all this stuff from? Where
Yeah.
did it like what were the old ancient people that they
Yeah,
talk about?
all the
yeah.
praying people and
Mhm.
whatnot.
Yeah.
Thousands of years worth of like exploration and shit. And, like,
Mm-hmm.
what they know is it.
Yeah.
Like, you think after thousands of years you'd be able to discover pretty much fucking everything down there, but there's still so much that's undiscovered.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, they can only certain people can go down so far, and it's massive. So I mean, like I can believe the fact that they haven't found everything. You know what I mean? But even then, I mean, it's so interesting. You know,
Yeah.
the abyss itself is so mysterious,
Mhm.
and you know that sounds kind of cliched, but like it really is.
Yeah.
And then just, you know, like you said with the relics and all that stuff, like
Yeah.
where did that come from? Why is it there? Why do they want them? You know, what are they trying to learn? That kind of thing.
Yeah.
What is the curse?
Yeah.
That's what I'm more interested in. Like, what the fuck is the curse? Like, what, like, is it, cause like the way that I was like representing it with myself is like the bends, like how the bends is,
Mm.
where like you get the nitrogen bubbles in your blood.
Yeah.
Like that was like the closest thing that I could represent it with, but like different levels give you different effects, and then
Yeah.
like just traveling up a little bit will give like not even like just traveling vertically, not even traveling
Yeah.
up a level.
That's what I
Yeah.
thought was interesting, because I didn't realize that. I thought it was like when you go from one level to another, but apparently it's just like however far deep you go, as soon as you start ascending, you get hit by effects.
Mhm.
Right, yeah, and I realized that with that one scene when Rico was captured by the bird that was making the help me noises or
Mhm.
whatever,
Yeah.
and like she was flying up and then she passed out. Like I was like,
Yep.
Oh wow, it hit for me way later.
As soon as you start going up, you get hit.
Yeah.
It hit for me when she was like in the hole, I guess, with Reg after he passed out, and she had to like save him. She had to take care of him, and she had to like the
Right.
only way out was like up a slight incline, and she was like,
Mhm.
"Fuck."
Mhm. Yeah, and she started hallucinating.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, it hits no matter what."
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
That was wild.
Yeah, I thought that was really interesting. I was like, what? How does? And then, you know, Nanachi explains that. I had to think if that
Yeah.
was in
the little like blanket thing.
Yeah. Like it's kind of like that, and that even made it more confusing for me because I was like, but what does that have to do with anything? Like I get the concept, but like it doesn't. I don't know. My brain just wasn't processing it
Yeah.
appropriately.
There's a lot that I didn't process in that show.
Yeah.
It was like sometimes it was like really just kind of like this is what it is, and then other times it like sprinkled in some really deep shit. It's like, what the fuck is going on? Like I want to learn more about that. When I don't stop, just stop a second.
Yeah.
Like I delve into this a little bit more because this is really interesting, and it was like on to the next thing.
Yeah.
Fuck.
And they gotta keep going on their adventure.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but like
Like
I
the
want more.
and the anti-curse, but actually zombie making box.
Rico a zombie.
The box itself, like I was like, we're not even gonna like talk about like
Yeah.
how the fuck it works.
I
We're
was
just
in-
gonna accept the fact that it
You
works.
don't know how it works.
Ozen put a steak in there, and out comes a fucking meat monster.
Yeah, yeah, that
It
was.
doesn't regrow. I mean, it's just be a living piece of meat. And it's not like it would regrow the whole thing.
Yeah.
Although just like a living piece of meat is kind of like a steak with googly eyes. Like, hello. Not that fucking horrifying monster that Rico saw in the hallway. Ozone was like, yeah, that was my bad.
Yeah.
It got out.
Like the first thing that I was thinking of is you put it in like that?
It's like a meatloaf monster she put together and just like a baby and just sat it in there.
Yeah. It was very confusing, but in like a good way. Like it was like the mysterious kind of way confusing.
It made me want to learn so much more about it.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like it made me want to look up and see if there's like basically like a guidebook for the abyss, like a real life, like this is an explanation for this and like
In the manga, you know how in manga and stuff they have like in between like the chapters and stuff they have like little cards or whatever that like explain things, and for Made in Abyss they use like basically pages from Rico's diary or whatever that explains like, oh, this is what this animal is and like how it works and like what it does and whatnot. So it gives you a little bit more context to like different parts of the world.
Okay, that makes sense.
yeah, see,
That's cool.
That's really interesting. Like it did a very, very good job of building this world.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely.
Because it's the kind of world that like I feel like I could play a game about, and like I would read like the extra shit that you could find.
Yeah.
Like I would read the logs, I would read the notes, I would like want to learn as much about this shit as possible.
Yeah.
That'd be a really cool like RPG.
Yeah.
That'd be really dope.
I agree.
Yeah.
Like I would watching it is fun. Like I would play a game about this.
Yeah.
This world is really interesting and can go in really different directions.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of different directions, I want to note how fucking like how weird it got. Like how different it was just from like the animation making it look really cutesy, like cartoony almost, like with the body dimensions and shit.
Yeah.
And then like Rico's just bleeding from her eyes. And it's like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, I originally was thrown off by the animation because I was like, obviously it's nothing that we've really seen before. We've seen more human-esque type animation.
Yeah.
So like seeing that, I was like, what the? Okay, all right, this is what we. And then yeah, just you when you get past like what was it, like the third or the fourth level, it just was like dark.
Yeah. Well, it had moments like that. It had like when fucking Rico got picked up by the bird and fucking vommed all over herself and pissed her pants. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I was like, that's really real for this kind of like from what I was feeling, you know?
Yeah, that too. Yeah, it was definitely more of a mature anime with a childish type.
I feel like
a drawing style.
It started to change when they got towards the Seeker camp, and then they had their fight with Ozan and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly when it started to get darker.
That was pretty much the level. Like, it's gonna get fucking real from here. You two need to be prepared.
Yeah. Because that was right before the giant, a hole, like cylindrical hole, right? I mean, obviously it's a cylindrical hole, but like
the Seeker camp's on the second layer.
Yeah.
The
third layer was with the flying guys and the spaceship, the pirate ship. Yeah. Okay.
I love those little fuzzy critters that were down there.
Yeah, they were cute. Yeah.
They were blocking up the hole. It's like, no, get out of the way.
Like it was so that they were so determined too. Their little face was like, no.
Yeah, it was a very cute art style for a very dark overtone. And then especially like as you start to get lower and lower, it starts to get darker and darker, and you're like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
These like this looks like a child should be watching this, but not with this kind of theme that's going on here.
Yeah, it could have been like a fun adventure. Yay, 2 kids, whatever. And then it's like fucking Rico keeps pissing herself and passing out, and there's like that whole fucking like cut my arm off scene was like, what the fuck, dude? Like I was not prepared like for as like deep as that got.
Yeah.
As dark as it got. And it was like like almost similar to like what happened. Like you mentioned a lot how like Berserk.
Yeah.
Ish. That like stark difference in what we were watching to what we are watching now.
Yeah, exactly.
It had moments similar to that where I'm just like, what the fuck? Like I'm fucking shocked at what's happening right now.
Yeah, that's
Nanachi's entire backstory.
Yeah, absolutely. I got hooked with trying to figure out what Reg was, and then I kept going once it started getting darker. Like that's what got like, okay, what the hell is the abyss? What the hell is the curse? What the fuck is going on down there? Like and then you start to learn about Nanachi and Mitty, and you're like, holy fuck, this guy is what? Like he just takes kids and then just like does what he wants with them.
What a scoundrel. Ozan told him.
Yeah. He's an out and out scoundrel
You
compared
think
to me.
I'm mean.
Yeah.
This guy's a dick.
Yeah, but like you don't really expect that, right? Like, I mean, obviously, like to me personally, like I wasn't really expecting that because I was like, okay, yeah, but Haba was like, watch out for Ozan, she's crazy. And then like you see Ozan, you're like, oh, okay, you're playfully crazy. Like, okay, maybe that's just what the White Whistles are. They take everything like super seriously. So okay, fine. So like that's what I was thinking, and then you start to learn about whatever the hell his name is. I don't know.
Bondrewd.
Thank you.
Bondrewd.
Yes, whatever the hell his name was.
Mhm.
You start to learn how fucking like wild it was about what he was doing, and then the movie. Well, we'll get into that, but
Yeah, too early.
yeah, I know, but
It was really disarming because like
yeah,
watching it, like just the animation style and having Rico and Reg be like the main characters was really disarming. And there were like really like oddly peaceful moments in between shit,
Yep.
and it's super disarming, and then it gets really fucked up really fast.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, the orb piercer. Yeah, right when he gets introduced, it's like, yep, you're in for a whole different show now.
That whole arm breaking, cut
Mhm.
my arm off scene was like,
Yep.
Jesus, what the
Meaning-
fuck?
Yeah, meeting Nanachi.
Nanachi was like, I'm a teddy bear.
Yep, she's a bunny rabbit.
I love Nanachi.
She was adorable.
She's the fucking best.
Yeah,
Yeah, she's probably my favorite character. I'm not gonna
yeah,
lie.
yeah, for sure.
She made me cry.
But that's not saying much anymore.
It is.
You're
'Cause, like,
losing. You're losing the touch now, because now every anime we watch, you cry.
it didn't hit until it like fucking hit hard,
Mm.
and I was like, oh
Yeah.
fuck.
Time to blow up MIDI.
Yeah. The second like
Yeah.
hesitation, and I was like, ah,
Yeah.
all right. It's like, here it is, and then she just starts like screaming, crying.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
No, MIDI, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. It's like,
Yep.
no.
Yeah.
You got me. That's what got me.
Yeah. That was a tough scene,
Mm-hmm.
cause like you could just feel the pain. You know
Yeah.
that Mitty and Nanachi, like what they were going through, like you could just feel their connection and their pain and their
Mhm.
love, and then it just all like. It was such a good thing for it to happen, but like you knew what it meant, you know what
It
I
was
mean?
like
So-
the definition of a mercy killing.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah, exactly. But also like at the expense of Nanachi's potential happiness, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's what really like made it strong for me, where I was like, damn, she like this is her happiness that she's willing to throw away. Like this is that was her reason to live,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then you like she's just trying to get it to go away. Like I was like, "Oh man,
Fuck Bondrewd.
yeah." But if it wasn't for him, they never would have met.
Fuck Bondrewd. They shouldn't have met.
I agree.
That's fucked.
Yeah.
Should've
Yeah, no,
just
for sure.
lived in the slums for
Exactly.
her entire life.
Yep.
Nana, she would have made other friends. She's cool.
She wasn't. Remember, she was quiet and she couldn't really do anything, so she just stayed by herself. And then she met Mitty, and then that's when she started to come out of her shell. Are you smiling because of how I said Mitty?
Mitty.
It's a habit. I'm sorry.
I watch it dub, so it's
Yeah.
like Mitty.
Yeah.
Give you tree MIDI.
Give me tree Mitty.
No, I don't want more Mitty. Oh God.
Yeah,
Yeah, I want to
Yeah.
learn so much more about this world.
for sure.
Characters are fun. You know, the animation was bad,
Mm-hmm.
but the world was fucking exquisite.
And the world looked really good too.
Yeah.
Like the different layers had their own feel to them. They had their own like specialness to
The
them. and
design is
it was
really
really
interesting,
Cool.
yeah.
it was really nice. It was really artistically done. It was
The
really,
Abyss
really
itself became a character. Like, I
Right.
want a fucking bestiary for all these weird ass creatures they encountered down there. When Kiwi got sick on his birthday,
Oh,
and then they took him to the ship, and he was fine.
Mm-hmm.
That was really
Yeah.
fucking
Oh yeah,
interesting
yeah,
too.
yeah.
It was like
yeah.
right at the end of the series.
Yeah.
But again, just another little tidbit of story building that I want to learn
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
much about.
Yep.
So that was a little bit different in the manga because that happened later in the story. Like that
Mhm.
didn't happen at that point in time.
Oh okay.
And you know how they took him onto like the caravan of ships or whatever?
Mhm.
Mm.
The lady who brought him on, she like made little cameos throughout. So she would like visit Orth, and then she would like talk with like some of the kids or like some of the shop people,
Mhm.
and then like eventually like she noticed that he was getting sick and then brought him on. So
Oh,
she was more of a character throughout the story of the manga and didn't just show up out of nowhere. And it's like, all right, come with me, child.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of wrote that whole scene off because I was like, it was just real quick. That was the first time you see them, and then obviously that's like about the time when you're starting to learn about Nanachi and Midi and all that stuff. So you're like, holy fucking shit, that's kind of more important to store in the brain right now.
But it was like equally interesting to me because then it's like how the story that like was it like Nug was telling Nug is the boy that was like really upset and like offended her, and he was like, your mom's dead. Yeah, him. Like he was like telling the story to Reg. That like, oh, don't look in the mirror on your birthday, you're gonna die.
Right, yeah,
and then like at the end of the series, Jiro was like, yeah, a lot of kids are dying mysteriously on their birthday.
And he was like, oh fuck.
And then he was like, we don't even know some of these kids' real birthdays, and yet they're dying on their birthday. That it's such a slight little like hint, like a little detail that's like, oh, this is off track from the main story, Nanachi shit. But then that opens up like a huge fucking web you can go through.
Like shit's happening in Orth.
Yeah, but they do that so much this series.
Yep.
It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen the movie, full spoilers, so stop here.
Definitely gonna spoil it.
Absolutely gonna spoil it. That's the first thing.
Yep.
Bondrude.
Yeah.
Fucking Bondrude, dude. Holy fuck.
Like talk about totalitarian like control. Like just absolute like the fuck. So I still can't like understand like what the fuck he is and what it is that he did, and like just with the changing of the helmets and changing of his body and shit like
what
that.
the fuck is he first of all,
and then also why the fuck is he doing what the hell he's doing? Like, what is he?
How old is he?
Probably ancient. I don't know.
That's I was wondering like how long has he been doing this?
I don't think they say.
Yeah, but like it's like that was a question I was asking myself watching it. I was like, how long has this been going on?
Yeah.
Like how long has he been like stealing children and doing experiments and doing all kinds of crazy shit down here where nobody else can get to him?
Well, I don't think he steals children anymore, right? Or does he? I guess
Probably
he must.
does because
he
he's still
probably
making
does,
the cartridges and stuff.
Yeah, they didn't really like express that. Yeah, because the
Cause
cartridges was the most bizarre. Like that was like I was like, holy.
Because he had Nanachi make the cartridges, so he had to be bringing new
right.
kids down.
Yeah. True. Yeah.
Poor
Yeah.
Nanachi.
And then he had what's her name?
Prushka.
Yeah. He had Prushka making the cartridges too. So yeah, I guess he did have like a constant flow of specimens.
People meat.
Yeah. Yeah, that was just so he could go up layers without having to have the effects of the curse, right? That's what the cartridges is for?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I wanted to make sure that I understood that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Which is weird.
Those other people were people, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
The Umbra hands.
Yeah, they were actual people.
Are they?
Yeah.
Okay.
He just split his consciousness to those people.
Okay, gotcha. So they were their own beings, but had
So like
Bondru's
Prushka's dad is one of the Umbra hands, and then
right.
like,
okay.
took over his
So
consciousness.
they're like
Right.
fucking Horcruxes.
Yes.
They just have contained parts of his soul.
Mm-hmm. That's why some of them were like really dumb and were like, what happened?
Right.
What happened?"
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. They were just zombies at that point. Yeah.
Come with me.
Yeah. Yeah. That was
fucked.
yeah. I could see myself being like, okay, I get like scientifically like what he's doing is probably the way to do it, but like humanitarian wise,
He's a
like
scientist
no,
with no
not even
morals.
close. Yes, exactly. Yeah.
That's just pure discovery, pure
Yep.
like knowledge base. Like,
yeah.
oh, this is what this does. All right, we're gonna find out why.
Yeah, exactly.
Like just pure, like just
Yeah.
pure, just laser focused. Like, I'm gonna learn about this.
Yeah. That
He
was
Fucked up, dude.
yeah.
And again, just like how, just like a stark contrast from what we were watching to what we are watching. Like how sharply it veered into like straight up fucking horror.
Yep.
Like, because that
Yeah,
shit
for
was
sure.
fucking bothersome. Like I could see that being like a horror movie premise alone.
Yeah, for sure.
The shit that he was doing, and then like the pure like science fiction part of it as well.
Yep.
Like the
Absolutely.
genre bending of like that whole movie was really cool.
Yeah.
Like I was like into it. I was fucking like, what the fuck am I watching right now?
Yeah. Yeah. It was just fucked up how it just like ended on like, no, I want to keep going, damn it.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean,
Poor Prushka.
yeah. Prushka got.
She's a whistle now.
Yeah, she became juice.
Oh no,
Yeah.
she's spilling out.
Yeah, that's so fucked up. Like Rico's
Yeah.
12, dude. Like, what the fuck is this?
Does it
Yeah.
hurt if I hold you upwards? Oh.
And then like the bubble pops and it's like oh dude,
Yeah.
like that kind of like in a bubble. It's like, oh, this is part of the story. But like looking at it from the outside is like, what the fuck? Like this this cartridge was a person and now this person is juice. And now she's like trying to stop her from spilling because she's still like alive. And then you hear Prushka's voiceover like, it hurts. And it's like, no, what the fuck am I watching?
Yeah.
It was like I was fucking blown away. Like I was sitting there like, oh my god. Like,
Yeah.
dude, it was wild.
The whole cartridge thing is dark in of itself,
Mhm.
and then when you look at everything else that's been going on and all that other shit, it's like, dude, how like the thing is, it's like he had like, how does he get away with it? Like, is that just what they're okay with doing? Like, obviously we don't know
How many people know about what he's doing down
that,
there?
and
Yeah.
you know who the
He's
governing
always
body is.
He's always taking like abandoned kids who have like no family or whatever.
Right,
so
but is it
no one's
sanctioned-
gonna miss them.
Is it sanctioned by him or is it sanctioned by the government? Like,
What government? It's the Abyss. He's the one running Edo Front, so he's taking them.
yeah, but like, who's letting him take all the children?
No, it's
Who's
not. He's-
stopping him from taking the children?
Exactly, that's what I mean. Like, is it
It's not like he's
is it
getting
the government-
permission
is
to
it-
do it.
the governmental body of Orth? Yeah, who's
Orth.
running Orth? Are they allowing? Who's running the whistles and the cave raiders?
Is there a governing body for
Right.
them? Like who's like gonna
Right.
say like, hey, this whistle's doing bad shit. We need to stop this guy.
Yeah, like
They
Rico.
probably don't know he's doing it or something.
Well, that's like what I was saying. Like, with the mystery of it all is making me so much more excited about it because I'm
Yeah.
like, who the fuck is letting this guy keep doing this?
You'd
And
think-
and how do they not find out? And like, you know, so many
I
questions.
think
and stuff
somebody
like
would be like, oh, another 20 kids, Bondru, that's twice this month.
that. Yeah, right.
Like nobody's like paying attention to this shit.
Well,
Yeah.
he takes them from other countries, not taking them from Orth.
Ah.
But he's got to go through Orth to transport them down the abyss.
Ah.
So
A lot of
Ah.
it's just like a lot of shit. Like there's so
Yeah.
much to this world and
Yeah.
so much to the lore. It's like this is really good.
Yeah, the movie was really, really good for the story, but it left so many more questions unanswered where I'm just like, I need another 6 movies to understand this, or at least another 3 seasons.
Yeah. It was
Because
like
I feel like there's so much stuff that you have to unpack after watching that movie. Like, you
Yeah.
don't just watch that movie and feel fulfilled.
we're packing some of this in therapy, dude. It was fucked. like
Facts.
Like what happened with Mitty in the series is
Mm.
like, oh shit. And then like the movie was like, oh, you like that, didn't you? It's like, no, I didn't. Don't do it again. And you're like, too late.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just watch.
Yeah, right.
It's like, what the fuck, dude?
We'll find out.
Yeah.
In season 2. I don't know.
Or another movie. I don't know, dude. I just
Yeah.
want something.
So recently there was a season 2 announced to come out next year,
Mm.
along with a game.
Oh.
Oh, shit.
Interesting.
Hell yeah, dude. For what?
JRPG game?
I assume so.
Yeah.
Not many details have been released about that.
It's
So
a first-person
Okay.
shooter.
No. I don't want a first-person shooter of that.
Sorry.
I want a third-person RPG where I can hide.
It's published by Activision. What do you want?
No.
well, if you guys thought that the stuff that happened so far is kind of weird and messed up, well, be prepared for season 2.
I won't be.
What?
It gets weirder.
Oh, okay. So what you are in the manga is farther than
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the anime / movie go up to like volume 5 or 6, and there's 9 out currently. And I'm on. Well, I just finished 8.
Oh,
so.
okay. Gotcha. Okay. Fuck.
Yeah.
It's about to get berserk in here.
So, for our next anime, we will be revisiting some orphans as we are watching The Promised Neverland.
Fantastic.
Okay, cool. What's it about?
Orphans who live at an orphanage, and it's better if you don't know that much.
Okay. All right. I was like, that's all you're gonna give us, really?
Peter
Okay, that's
Pan.
fine. What is this on?
Funimation has both seasons.
Oh, okay, 2 seasons.
Yeah.
Is
Gotcha.
it actiony? Is it scary? Will I cry?
You will cry. Calling it.
At least the first 2. I don't know about the third part of your question, but you know. Only you will know if you will cry.
So the answer is yes.
You'll find that out soon enough.
All right, friends, that's all we got for today. Please let us know what you thought of the video and Made in Abyss. And please subscribe for more otaku goodness.
Yes, please.
Do that. We make good stuff.
Don't forget to share.
All right, friends. Sayonara.
Bye.
Sweeties.